All right, we are on day 2 of our journey to cure this psoriasis that's been haunting me for about 15 years now. Not sure if I gave a backstory the other day, but I developed psoriasis in 11th grade, junior in high school. Just started noticing some spots starting to show up. I think it started on my scalp and gradually started showing up in places, knees, elbows. Progressively got a little bit worse and worse over time. And I don't remember seeing a doctor for a while. I think it was 2 years before I even saw a doctor. And obviously went to a dermatologist because they know all about the skin, right? Well, started with just getting topical treatments, creams, ointments to put on the spots, and they recommend you do that 2 or 3 times a day. Well, these steroid creams are not the best for your skin. They're known to thin out your skin over time. It's really not good to use them for long periods of time. So I used those for a couple of years and things didn't get better. Obviously, they progressed. I think at my worst, I probably had about 75-80% coverage on my body. Huge patches, pretty much all over. Arms, legs, pretty much everywhere you can imagine. The face was real bad. The scalp was terrible. Anyways, the first thing I took that sort of treated the psoriasis, not really the root cause of it, or not the root cause in my opinion, but the first thing I took that at least cleared it and gave me a little relief was cyclosporine. It's a pretty big capsule pill that the doctor prescribed, and it finally started clearing up a lot of that psoriasis, which was great, but not the best solution, and like I said, it's not treating the root cause of the issue. Unfortunately, what I've learned over the last 10-15 years is dermatologists, they do what they can with I guess the knowledge they have on it, but it seems like they don't really want to acknowledge or go deeper into the root causes of the illnesses. They just say it's your autoimmune system attacking itself, whereas it's really more of a gut issue, and basically your skin's pushing out all the bad toxins. It's, the body is a pretty wonderful design by God in that, it's telling you something's wrong on the inside. It's not just a genetic order or disorder or something like that. There's more to it. So, good news. After 15 years, I finally decided to see somebody that might be able to help me tackle this from a diet-related perspective. I've done a lot of personal research, but I thought it would be better for me to check in with somebody that's a holistic doctor that knows a lot about that, maybe do some testing and see if I'm more sensitive to certain foods than others. But more than that, I think I just need some encouragement and some accountability when it comes to dieting. So I would say I've probably never been overweight. I've been close to overweight. I'm a short guy, I'm only 5'2", and at my heaviest, which was a couple months ago, I was a little over 140, which is, like I said, on somebody small like me, that looks pretty bad. But I am, and that's my hardest thing, is I struggle with discipline, especially when it comes to food. I love food. I love cooking. I love smoking meats, and it's probably more of just one of those things, after a long hard day at work, you just go home or go by a fast food restaurant like Chick-fil-A is my go-to spot, and chow down on whatever they've got. So, all right, let me crank up my speed. I'm on the treadmill. This is Day 2, like I said, I'm trying to work out every day, at least 30 minutes. Let's see. Yeah, let's crank it up just a little bit. But just wanted to sort of give y'all a little backstory of where I'm coming from on my psoriasis. So after the cyclosporin, my doctor, I think I moved from San Angelo to Lubbock, and they said that they didn't really recommend cyclosporin, that it had some negative side effects, so they wanted to see about putting me on an injection, and who knows if that was even telling the truth or if it was more of a money related issue. I'm sure these doctors get paid bukus of money by the big pharma people, but that's just my personal opinion of what might have been going on. I didn't care, to be honest, and didn't know the difference at that time. So I said, yeah, that's great, let's do it. And I think I started out on Enbrel, was the first one I took. I've only been on 2 injections, Enbrel and Humira now, but I did Enbrel for several years, and they switched it up over to Humira a few years later. I moved to a different area, new doctor, and got switched over. So that's sort of my history of how long I've had it, what I've been taking. I have been trying diet and exercise off and on, and I have seen improvements at certain times. That's why it's so frustrating to me personally to know that it helps, but still struggle so much to do it. You know, it's sad, to be honest. But I'm hoping by seeing this new holistic doctor that can maybe help encourage me along the way, and by documenting these videos and trying to share it with folks, you know, maybe we can help encourage each other to do this and overcome it. So hopefully this helps. My goal is by the end of the week, we're still sort of phasing out some of the food options in our home that just aren't the best. I'm not one to just throw it all away, but I have made the decision to create some meal plans, you know, especially after I see my doctor this Sunday, this new doctor that I've signed up to go see. They're in about an hour away from us, so I'm looking forward to going to see them, see what they say, and go from there. But off of their recommendations, you know, I can get some foods that they recommend or don't recommend, you know, get rid of them. But for the most part, in my experience, and I'll probably go into more in depth on this at the end, or maybe a few weeks in after I've got a better grasp on it. But number one thing is just trying to eat clean, get rid of all processed foods. They say for psoriasis, you really want to stay away from dairy. You want to stay away from nightshades. And that's probably, you would think nightshades are healthy for regular diets. And that's what's sort of frustrating, because I use a lot of nightshades, like the bell peppers and the tomatoes, in a lot of my cooking dishes, all the bowls that I do. So it's a little frustrating not to be able to use that, because it's just one more thing out of the arsenal of eating clean. But just cranked up the speed just a little bit more. All right. Where was I at? Sorry. Let's see if I can pace this instead of jog. There we go. So that's where we're at. We're gonna try to make a meal plan coming up. You know, I think my hardest thing is I'm a outside service technician, so I'm driving constantly. So I'm out on the road, and when I'm out, you know, I need to be better about taking something healthy to snack on in the mornings, or as I go. I gotta slow it down just a little bit. It's hard for me to talk and go so fast at the same time, but it's hard for me to not go get something on the road when I'm out and about. So my main goal is going to be finding some good healthy snacks that I can eat on the road. You know, I've seen a couple of people, they have some of those probiotic bars. which might be great. So after I do a little bit of research and see the doctor this Sunday, I'm hoping I can find some good options of snacks in the mornings. Usually I'm not the type to have really done much for breakfast at all in the mornings. I usually just get a coffee in the mornings, and I usually do pretty healthy coffee option. I do just a little bit of agave and a nut milk, whether it's oat milk or almond milk or coconut milk, or coconut creamers, sorry, with my coffee. So I try to keep it healthy as far as the coffee goes, but I would say probably one of the main things holding me back is my hydration. I've always just been terrible about drinking water. So I'm trying to really crank up my water intake. You know, I've heard so many mixed reviews on how much you should be drinking a day, but I'm just, every time I'm thirsty, you know, I'm trying to do water. So I'm trying my best to cut out the unhealthy stuff in my life, you know. Unfortunately, I've gotten hooked on diet sodas over the last few years, which is not good. So my goal is to sort of wean off of that, and I think that'll make a big improvement, just getting the hydration from the water first thing in the morning instead of coffee, you know. But I'm gonna start there and sort of see how it goes. Today for lunch, I did pretty good. I just cooked up a couple fishes, tilapia, a couple fish, and just put some ginger and turmeric spices on there, lemon, it's supposed to be real good for you. And then just made some broccoli with that, little grapeseed oil and salt and pepper in there. So good healthy lunch. Like I said, we're still trying to get rid of some of the unhealthy foods that we got in the house. Mother-in-law's in town this week and we had some pork tamales, but just try to moderate and not eat a lot. I had a smoothie for a snack this afternoon, trying to eat some of those dark berries. Those are supposed to be really good for your blood system. So that's where I've started so far, and you know, just one step at a time, one day at a time. Like I said, I've been struggling with it for 15 years, and I'm trying to, you know, just make up my mind that I want to take care of it. You know, I want to be in better health. And to be honest, what started this off is not only my psoriasis, but I went in for a dental appointment the other day, and you know, they always take your blood pressure for dental appointments, even if it's a cleaning. And unfortunately, my blood pressure was just crazy high, like almost to the point where you have to call 911, hypertensive stage, that high. So, you know, it's just a wake-up call that just need to try to start taking care of your body more. You know, it's a temple of God, and He wants us to take care of it. And that's one thing I think maybe He's challenging me to do in my life, is to take care of this body that He's given me, be a good steward of it. So that's where I'm at, and that's about it, y'all. Like I said, I'll check in tomorrow. Hopefully, I'm working out at night today because I slept in this morning, didn't get up till about 6:30, so I had to get straight on the road around 7. So my goal is to do this in the mornings, but you know how that goes sometimes. So I'm out here doing it tonight, but that's good, you know, at least I'm doing it. So we'll check in with y'all tomorrow, let you know how everything's going. Probably won't be too much change between now and then, but if y'all got any questions, let me know. If you got any struggles you're dealing with, let me know. Maybe I can relate, help out. But you know, stay strong. It's never too late to start. We're in this together, y'all. Later.